So I've tried a ton of to-do apps. Todoist, I keep coming back to this one. It's my favorite one. So let me just walk you guys through why. So I'll start with my favorite feature. So I am a big fan of apps that I don't have to open to actually use, right? So what do I mean by that? So if I'm working on something and a thought pops into my head, like get tennis balls for tomorrow's game. So I can just open up this little quick modal that they have and put get tennis balls for the game and then hit enter. Boom, it's captured. It's in my Todoist app now. I didn't have to open it. I can keep doing what I'm doing and then get back to that later, right? So let's pull it back up. So let's do get rackets. So another thing I like is they have natural language. So if I say Thursday, right, Thursday at 3 p.m., and we'll talk about projects and labels, but for now, I'll just add a project. I'll add it to my personal project. Boom. So I can do that hashtag and it knows that that means project. And then I can label it as a small task. It won't really, right? And these projects and labels are things that I created. You can make your own. And then priority, right? I can set the priority. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you don't do anything, it automatically gets set as number 4. But I can do like P2 and it'll know that, okay, that's priority number 2. So I'm more of a typer. Some people, they like to come in here and click, right? So they set the date, they click and set the date, they click and set the priority, they click and select their labels, and then they assign it to a project. So I don't like doing it that way. I just like quickly just typing it out. It feels easier for me. And then I hit enter, task goes away. So I'm a typer. If you're a clicker, you can do that. They also have something newer that's more for speakers. If you're not a typer or a clicker, you're a speaker, this one's for you. So they have this dictation tool. So you can click on it. Tomorrow, I need to pick up 3 basketballs for the game. I also need to pick up some nets for the new hoops. Lastly, I need to let coach know that Kevin is out sick. He won't be able to make the game. And just like that, it captured all of the tasks that I needed to do just by talking to it. And I click add tasks. There, it's gone, right? So if you're a speaker, I honestly, I haven't used this dictation tool since they released it. I'm still more of a typer. I've kind of gotten into that habit. So, but if that's you, then yeah, you're going to love this tool. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is the inbox. So this is a common thing that's in a lot of apps is you have an inbox. So for Todoist, the way the inbox works is anything that doesn't get assigned to a specific project, so any one of these projects here, it just goes to the inbox. You can kind of come in here and organize it later if you want. So if I go to my inbox and I click 1, 2, 3, and I wanted to move these to like my side quest projects, they will no longer be in the inbox. So inbox is just doesn't have a project. It's a task that doesn't have a project. Next is a smaller mention, but I figured I should bring it up because I sometimes do use it, is hyperlinks. So if you create a task, you can put a hyperlink in here, and so that way when you click on it, it goes to like some relevant web page that is related to that task. So cancel ESPN membership. I hyperlink this so that when I click on that, it just takes me to the place that I need to like do this task. And the way you do that here is you just double click on a word, click this little link button or Command K, and then you can add, whatever the actual URL is. It might not work. A lot of these apps don't work unless you do like HTTPS, so it recognizes that, oh, this is a hyperlink, right? So if I did that, then it would work. Let me just test it and see. Let's just figure it out right now. So if I hyperlink in dcn.com, apply, will it work? Oh, it fixed it for me. So let me do save. See, man, this is why I love these people. They thought of everything. Okay, so you don't even have to do HTTPS. You can just add the CNN.com or ESPN.com. So that's pretty much everything that is inside a task. We talked about the labels, the projects, the date and everything. So you can see here on the side panel, this is everything that you can tag to a task. You can also have like subtask if there's something that like I have to do this one thing, but it requires these 3 steps. You can add those as a subtask if you want. So like I said, A task can only have one project, but it can have as many labels as you want. Now let's talk about filters. So filters is a very useful feature in this app. So if you click on filters and labels and you come here, you can create a filter. And so what a filter does is it lets you like combine a bunch of different, like whether it's labels and projects or like conditions. It lets you combine a bunch of different conditions that create like a view for you. So I'll just show you better than I can tell you. So let's maybe do every task. Let's say if I wanted to do every task that's due today and has the label small. So that could be for me, I'm like, okay, I just want to see what are all the quick little things that I can knock out at the beginning of the day. So, I describe your filter. I'm going to say tasks due today that have the label small. Okay, so it's going to write the query. So the query is today and small. So if you're an OG Todoist user, you'll know this didn't used to exist. You used to have to just learn their little language thing of like their syntax of writing the and at and all that. But now they have this little AI thing that does it for you. And automatically called it today's small task. Great. I can color it if I want. And if I click add to favorites, and Todoist, anything that says favorites or add to favorites, all that it means is that it's going to show up on the sidebar on the left side. So I'll add to favorites and then I'll do add filter, close this. And now you see on the side today's small tasks. And there's only one thing that meets that condition. So that means this thing is due today and it has this label small, right? So it has all these other labels, which Todoist doesn't care. It's just saying, does it have small and is it due today? I'm going to show that to David and then he can just kind of, knock out these tasks. All right, cool. So for number 6 on the things I wanted to show you, I wrote Hans Zimmer, but really it's just the sound, man, the sound design that these people made. So if I click this, listen to this. Beautiful. I love that sound. I get so much satisfaction when I hear it and I check off a task. Yeah, so good job Todoist on the sound design for that. And then integrations and calendar. These people, hands down, have the most integrations I've ever seen out of any app. They integrate with everything, like from Notion to Jira, if you use that. Obviously, your Google Calendar, you can connect it. So if you just go to the settings and look through integrations and just browse through all of the integrations that they have, you'll see like they have a ton. So you can connect Todoist to whatever other products or apps that you use. Obviously, you can connect it to your calendar. So if you type in something like, do XYZ January 20th at 3 p.m., it'll show up on your calendar for that time and on that day, right? So that one's pretty standard for apps like this to have. And then it's also accessible on everything. So you have the Mac app, you have the iOS, Android app, you have the web version. If you're like using someone's computer and you wanted to access your Todoist, you can just log in on a browser. So it's everywhere. It's on whatever devices you want to use. So yeah, man, this app is hands down my favorite to do app. As you know, if you have any app that you think I should check out, I can't promise I'm gonna like it or review it, but if I do like it, I will review it. So definitely let me know, like, what should I check out? What are you guys using that I should give a try? All right, peace.